all prefects, you are to sit among them. Just find a place to sit among them without necessarily standing. Find a place and just be seated among them. Some at the top and so on. So that you all will be seated. Just find yourselves seated among the students. Program. Odasco, we are blessed. Amen. Oh, do you believe that? Do you believe that? Yes, we are blessed to have such a wonderful team in our midst. So as believers and Christians, we can't do anything for it to succeed without inviting the Almighty God in our midst. So this morning, it is appropriate to commit everything into the hands of the Almighty God. Without Him, we can't do anything. He has even kept His promise by bringing our guests into our midst, coming all the way from Accra and other places. It has been the grace of God. Not all people that travel from one point and they reach another point successfully. Oh, shall we give the Lord a mighty clap? Yes. For the lives of our visitors or guests, we all pray that the Lord will bring you safely to us, and we thank Him for that. And for this program also to be successful, we need to also invite Him. So, ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, shall we welcome the chaplain of Odasco Senior High School, Reverend George Martin, to give us opening prayer.
Shall we be outstanding as we I want you to be in the prayer mood. We thank you for your grace. We thank you for the journey basis you granted to our personnel who are going to lead us in this morning program. We thank you for whatever you have done right from Monday to date. Everything has been so successful, and we are so grateful to you. Father, we pray at this moment, we pray that the Lord come and take absolute control of everything that will be done here. The utterances, everything, we pray that the Lord, may you influence it for us. At the end of it all, Father, we pray that the Lord, when the word and all the presentations are done, Father, we pray that may you use it to influence us. May your word and every presentation that will be done go with simplicity, clarity, and understanding, that it will sink into our hearts and we will be beneficiary of it in the name of Jesus Christ. We pray that the Lord, that let the intent, the purpose for which this program is held be realized in the name of Jesus. We pray that the Lord, that everything that will go on here is in your hands, especially the students. We come against anything that will take away our attention or our focus, that help us to be so attentive, not just hearing only, but also listen and practicalize whatever we are going to be taught, including the stuff in the name of Jesus Christ. Oh God, power outage or whatever, we come against it, that let everything be so smooth. In Jesus' name, we pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Oh, sorry, clap for our school chaplain. Please, let's kindly take our seats. Oh, let's do it better for Reverend George Metal Rodu. That means he will soon become very. Yes, so he will soon become the very Reverend. But for now, let's clap for Reverend George Metal Rodu. Baba, thank you. Thank you. We know the good Lord has come into our midst, and whatever we are going to do here is going to definitely be successful. Whenever you go to a place, for you to be able to function well and live well and do whatever you want to do well, you need to be welcomed. On this note, on this special occasion, we are so glad and happy to have this wonderful guest in our midst. There's one individual, there's one personality who is so qualified to welcome our wonderful guest. And it's no other person than the visionary headmaster, the CEO of Odasco High School. With a round of applause, shall we welcome Mr. Eric Abra to deliver the welcome address for us.
Thank you very much, MC. This is the welcome address by the headmaster of Odasco High School on the occasion of the Bank of Ghana visit to the school for a presentation on smart financial decisions. Distinguished representatives of the Bank of Ghana, Nananom, our media friends, invited guests, my hard-working staff, my cherished students, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols to be observed. It gives me a great joy and honor to welcome you all to Odasco High School on this special occasion. We are particularly delighted to host a distinguished team from the Bank of Ghana, whose presence here today signifies not just a visit, but a gesture of goodwill and support toward our individual financial advancement, above all, the sustainable growth of our institution. Permit me to observe that your visit today, coinciding with the period of our 65th anniversary celebration, is not mere coincidence, but a blessing in disguise. It is as though Providence itself has aligned this partnership to remind us that hard work, discipline, and excellence always attract the goodwill of local institutions such as yours. Odasco High School has since its establishment remained committed to nurturing disciplined and academically excellent young men and women who can contribute significantly to society. Discipline and academic excellence remains our topmost priority. All believe that with integrity, competence, and vision, we are therefore deeply encouraged that an institution as prestigious as the Bank of Financial Decision today is not just a donation or initiative, it is an investment into the lives of our students and by extension into the future of our nation. For this we are proudly grateful. On behalf of the Board of Governors, the management, and non staff present, and the entire community of Odasco High School, I say a heartfelt thank to you for your presence here. We assure you that whatever support you extend to us will be put to good use. Presentation, and I believe is the beginning of a lasting relationship that will yield a dividend for both your institution and ours. Odasco VIP, vision in progress. Our vision simply is what we are seeing here. In the next 3 to 5 years, this school should attain category A status. So that's our vision, and we're working towards that. God bless you for coming. Thank you very much.
Oh, shall we clap the time for the headmaster? Before I hand over to our guests to take over and continue, students have wonderfully seen something, and I want to advise all of you to be very, very attentive to every delivery that is going to be delivered here, because I've seen you. It's there, and I know when the Bank of Ghana was to come, definitely something will come. So when there is any presentation is going on, don't allow anybody to disturb you. The mode of the quiz, later they will spell it out when we hand it over to them. So on this note, ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, shall we welcome the moderator on behalf of the Bank of Ghana team to take over from me and continue. Oh, shall we do better for Madam?
Thank you. Good morning to you all. Good morning to you. You wrote to us for some education for you as you are growing. You are already grown-ups. I will not say you are growing. You are already grown-ups because you do a lot of things. You are learning, and we want to add up to what you have learned. That is why we are here. Topics. So, Donko, the head of Credit Reporting and Financial Literacy Office, to introduce the team to you all. Thank you very much.
Odasco. Thank you very much, and good morning once again. For those of us who are coming here for the very first time, if I have to speak myself, I have to say that I'm very impressed with what I have seen. Your school is a very... Thank you very much. Your school can easily be converted into a university. I didn't know Odasco was such a huge and beautiful school. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. And 65 years old, older than all of us in this room, especially you. Okay. So, continuing from where Miriam left, once you hear Bank of Ghana, I'm sure the first thing that comes to your mind is money. Good, that is correct. But it is not only about money, it is about the wider banking system or even the financial system. So today we are here to have a conversation with you concerning money, concerning the financial system. Everybody is interested in money. Yes, okay. But as you should be aware by now, money doesn't come easily. In fact, there are rules and regulations governing money. Whether money will come to you or not, whether money will stay with you when it even comes to you or not, I'm sorry, it is not about prayers alone. Okay, you can pray all the prayers, you can do all the things, but if you don't play by the financial rules, you will never become rich. One of the biggest differences between those who are very rich and those who are very poor are two things, just two things. The first one is financial knowledge. Okay, the knowledge that they have about finances, about money. And then two, their readiness, their willingness, their ability to put that knowledge into action. If you have the knowledge, you don't put it into action, it doesn't result in anything for you. Okay, so today we are going to talk about financial issues. Okay, as you are growing, a time will come you will leave Odasco. You go into the world. Some of us will continue to further education. Some of us may move into the working arena. You need a lot of knowledge to be able to make money and to be able to properly manage the money that you make. If you don't learn it right from today, you will grow, you will do all the hard work, you will make the money, but you will still remain poor. And that is why we are here. Okay, so as your teacher said, pay attention. A time will come when we will conduct a short quiz to test those of you the extent to which you paid attention. And for some of you who will be able to give the right answers that we expect, we will give you something to remember that there was a day like this that you had this encounter with us. Okay, so pay attention. What we hear today may be of valuable use to you in future. So I will introduce our team to you, and leading the team here today is the head. In Bank of Ghana, we have so many departments. Okay, today we have brought one of our directors here. Okay, a whole director of Bank of Ghana. He loves you, he wants to speak to you, he wants to see what's happening here. So leading the team today is the head of the Financial Stability Department of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Kwesi Osei-Yeboah. So I told you that there are so many departments in Bank of Ghana doing so many different jobs. We have also brought you officials from other departments. And with us this morning is Mr. William Akume. Mr. William Akume. He is from the Currency Processing Office of our Currency Management Unit. Okay, Currency Management Unit. The Currency Management Department. That is the section in the Bank of Ghana which handles the issuance of the CD that we use. Okay, so a time will keep it and stuff like that. Also with us is Madam Salom Abe. Madam Salom Abe, also with the Currency Management Department. And then we also have Madam Rita Mafu. Mrs. Rita Mafu from the Financial Literacy Office of the Financial Stability Department. And then, as you already heard, we have Madam Miriam Esi Adesi, also with the Financial Literacy Office of the Bank of Ghana. I'm also from the Financial Stability Department, Financial Literacy Office, and my name is Augustine Amakondompo. Thank you very much. We are so happy to be here. As I've told you, everything we have seen so far excites us. We have loved your comportment. We love the smiles on your faces. You can see the desire, the enthusiasm with which you are here to listen. We hope and encourage you to keep that spirit so we have a very beautiful conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Donko. Now we'll continue. So I just want to let you know that whilst you are sitting here, I hope a lot of you have your notepads and your pens. Yes. So please take notes. This is an education to you. So you have to take notes. You put them down so that you don't forget. Because I earlier said that we are learning. And these are very important for you now and in future. I hope most of you have started saving. You started saving, right? So we are going to learn a lot about saving and other things, financial and give us all your attention for now. We need all your attention. Okay? We'll be done soon and be out of here. I promise you that it's not going to be boring. It's going to be very interactive interesting and very informative. So just stay in your seat and then with your pens and your notepads, put down the notes because there will be a quiz session which some of you will be taking away some little prizes from us just to see that you've really given us your attention. Thank you. So the next person on the list on the program. So during the presentations, just put down your questions. All the questions that you have for us, just put them down. After the presentations, we'll give you the chance to ask your questions and then we will give you the right answers to the questions. Are you here with me? Okay, so the next person on the program is the head of Financial Stability Department, which is Dr. Kwesi Osei-Yeboah. And I'm very happy to inform you that, or to let you know that he was once a student of Odasco Senior High School. Yes. You can do more than that. Thank you. So Dr. Osei-Yeboah will give us a presentation on personal financial management, which will guide us in everything that we do, our finances. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Miriam. Mr. Headmaster, together with your able and supportive staff, Nananom present, my fellow colleagues from Bank of Ghana, and Odasco Senior High students. As the headmaster said, all protocol observed. So I will stand on that established protocol to give my presentation. Before I start with the presentation, just to share some few thoughts with you. And indeed, I want to take this opportunity to thank the management of Bank of Ghana for allowing us to interact with you like this. You know, Bank of Ghana is committed to ensuring or implementing monetary policy and fostering financial stability for the economy. But one of the activities that we hold so dear and management is seriously committed to is to ensure financial education for the entire population. Because we realize that the pillars of our financial system doesn't rest alone in the institutions and the buildings, but it also rests with the individuals. And that is why we've dedicated ourselves to some of these activities and the outreach that we have this morning with you. Now, as my colleague just said, we are super excited to be here with you. Because when I look around, I see a prosperous future. When I look around, I see great potential in each and every one of you. And it is our hope and our prayer that you will live to fulfill those potentials. But that's where the challenge comes. For you to fulfill that potential. And that is why this presentation is so important to us. How to become the person that you are destined to become. I want this day to be a point of reflection for each and every one of you. Many years back, you look back and say that I made a decision and made a commitment on this day. As I stand with you You know, I look back so many years when I was a student just like you. I didn't even have some of the dreams probably you have today, and I didn't get some of the opportunities you are getting today. What I'm trying to say is that you can become any person that you want to be, irrespective of where you're coming from. And I hope and I believe that this presentation, or the presentation that will be taking you through, will inspire you, will motivate you to really set your mind to achieve greater things. So, I'm going to take you through personal financial management. And one of the things I want to highlight is what I term 3 M's. 3 M's. I don't know whether there's a classroom called 3M. But 3M is a company in US somewhere. And the 3M that I'm talking about, 1 is your mindset. 2 is money. And 3 is management. I know, and I've interacted with students, I've interacted with a lot of people. When you say, oh, mathematics, I don't like mathematics. I believe some of you say it, right? Never say that. If you've been saying it, please stop saying it. Because, interestingly, all of you, you've been applying mathematics in your daily life. So how could you say that you don't like something that you are using? So the mindset is important. Set your possible. Never tell yourself, no, you can't do it. You can do it. And for you to really get a good grasp of your finances, it's good to have a good mindset. The second one, obviously, like I said, is money. Money will come your way. Right now you are students, so maybe, but even that, you are giving pocket money. You do some small jobs by the side, you are giving money. So money flows to you. How you handle the money is important, super important. And for you to really get a very strong hold of your finances, when money comes to you, how you manage it will determine whether that money will stay with you, whether that money leads us to management. So in management, you obviously looking at some key things. Do you want to be rich? I know, it's been established earlier on, you all want to be rich. Not just that, I really wish you become millionaires. If Odasco can produce so many millionaires, I think the school will be better off, because we believe that you will contribute when you get there. Do you want to be a millionaire? One of the things that is important when you're talking about this, and at some point in the presentation, I'll take you through just a graph sheet that would guide you and see how it isn't an impossible task. It's really achievable. You know, I look at, if you are at SHS, when you graduate, maybe you start working, I try to sort of give a sense of the salary you will be getting, you know, and how you can build wealth. So I will refer back to this slide when I get to the end of the presentation. But one of the key things when it comes to personal finances is budgeting, your personal budgeting. And in budgeting, I also distinguish between budgeting and wealth. When you talk of wealth, you're talking of all your assets together minus all your liabilities. And in assets, we have liquid assets, we have fiscal assets, and all that. If you are here and you already have a bicycle is part of your assets. So when you want to determine how wealthy you are, you look at all the things you have, you quantify it, then you take away all your commitments and liabilities to determine your wealth. However, when it comes to budgeting, usually you look at the short end of your finances, the income that flows to you and your expenditure typically within a financial year or 1 year. But you can do budgeting for 1 month, you can do budgeting for 6 months, you can do budgeting, like I said, for a year. So when it comes to understanding how your pay will impact you, you need to know how much money comes to you and how much of it you spend within a fixed time period. Now you can look back and say, am I spending more than I'm earning, or am I leaving out some which with savings? So mindset, budget will not tell you what to do. You will choose to do what you want to do. You know your income if you are working. If you are not working, even as we speak, you know how much your parents have given you. Now you should determine how much of that money you will spend and how much you will keep. And it's your mindset. There are some people who say, oh, me, when I see shoes, I can't help it. When the shoe is nice, they just buy without thinking. There are some people, their issue is phones. Oh, the latest phone in town. iPhone will just be releasing the iPhone 17. Some of you probably are planning to buy it, even though you don't have money. And it's all your mindset. Have you asked yourself, can you afford it based on the money coming to you? It is important because at the end of the day, whether you'll be able to make it or not depends on how much you'll be able to save. We can move to money, I think, ahead of you. Yes. So when it comes to money, obviously you need to do the maths. How much is coming, how much is going. Always be able to determine whether you have a balanced budget. That means you spend everything that comes to you, or you spend more than even what comes to you, and whether you are able to leave some. If you are able to leave some, that is what will turn into your savings. And it's the savings that you can build up over time and will lead to a happy life, if I may put it that way. Management. Set aside, whether every week or every month or every year, some money. What we say, you need to have a plan, a financial plan. It may not be a perfect plan, but it's within your ability to make adjustment to the plan and ensure that at every point in time, you can adjust. Let me give you an example. Like I said, right now you get pocket money. Let's just say on one long vacation, you happen to get an internship. You attach yourself to a company. The company starts giving you some stipend, some money, some allowance. Suddenly, your financial plan has changed. Because before, you were relying only on the allowance that your parents give you. Now you're getting some stipend. So you need to make adjustments to your plan and see how that additional money, you are going to make use of it. So when you have a plan, you need to be flexible and you need to respond to evolving circumstances. And once you get more income coming in, you can also improve on how much you are able to save. So the critical issue is savings. When you save, you build buffers, meaning to say that the difference between your expenditure and your income becomes automatically your savings. And the savings, as you build a car, it becomes something that you can fall on in case there are emergencies. So in saving, you need to split between what you keep as emergency money, unanticipated expenses that may come up as you happen to work in town, somebody's table somewhere with a nail hanging around it, it cannot tear through your dress. You are not expecting it, it has happened. You need to fix it. And you will need to call on that buffer to be able to fix some of these unintended expenses. But I must also emphasize time. Because sometimes we look at wealth or building riches as an instantaneous event, but it's something that happens over time. And like I said, I will share a brief spreadsheet with you to understand how time is of the essence. Now, once you build up savings, what do? It's good to move the savings into investment, because that is where you begin to now build up your wealth. And in investment, I must emphasize risk. Every decision you take has risks associated with it, especially financial decisions. And this is an area where a lot of people have fallen prey, because they see being advertised on the radio, bring 20 cedis and I'll give you 500 in 2 months' time. And without thinking, we jump into it. And before long, we realize that it was a sham investment. So before you commit to investment, please take time to understand the risks embedded in the investment. Otherwise, you will do the needful by investing, but you build up straws at the end of the day, meaning to say that at the end of the day, all your money will dissipate. You will have nothing, because you couldn't assess the risk very well. The riskier the investment, obviously, the higher the return. Sometimes when I want to explain it, it's good I'm talking to the young ones. Some of the cats, we tend to be a bit more cautious. When you are young, you have more than, if you may, about 60 years to organize your finances. So you can afford to lose some and gain some. When you are so old like me, you cannot afford to have an investment mindset. Seek opportunities to invest. However, just be mindful of the embedded risks in the investment that you are undertaking. So just example of some of the risks in the financial system, we have the risk of default. If you invest in a company, the company is doing well. Last we experienced some time back with the the gold scam that was done. And people invested into it. They thought they were buying gold derivative, and now the company is no more. There's a risk of default. There's the risk that the company will not survive. So you should be mindful of that. Can this company survive? Can this company be there in 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years down the line? Because the company or the asset you are investing in. So there's also the risk of capital loss. The capital that you are investing or doing business with. Let me cite this example. If, assuming you do your own business, you sell provisions. You sell provisions. You buy, you go to the wholesalers, you buy and you come and retail. There is a margin on it. The margin becomes your profit. Where sometimes people don't realize that their capital is dissipating or they are losing it, is when they don't factor in how much they pay themselves and also the value of the capital in the business when they factor in inflation over time. Yes, you bought the provisions, let's say 100 cedis. You sold it for 110, but you didn't sell it instantaneously. You sold it over a period of 3 months. Within that 3 months, you paid yourself 30 Ghana cedis. When you take that 30 Ghana cedis from the 110 that you think you've gotten already, the capital to go and buy your next stock is down to 80, though you started with 100. So it's always good to also figure out whether you are losing the capital you are working with or you are building on that capital. And certainly the risk of inflation. Thank God now inflation in Ghana is coming down. It's coming down dramatically. It's projected to come down. And inflation is not so much a challenge as it used to be. But a couple of months back, $25%, a quarter of the money. So it's always good to, be mindful of inflation. It's an important variable you cannot lose. So it's good to look out for investment opportunities. As I've said, it's always good to also assess the risk embedded in it. If you are able to do that and do it very well, then I can assure you your financial future will take off like an airplane taking off. So I think I can, my pictures are not coming here, right? Don't worry. So I can bring my presentation to a close, but before I do that, there is an Excel spreadsheet. It looks at how you can build wealth. You can build your investment over time. And this is really a very, very conservative analysis that we've done. And we look at if you start, like you finish SHS and assuming you are working, and they start paying you, you can commit a certain minimum of your income into savings. And as you do that consistently over time, year after year, over a period of, let's say, 20 years, how much money you can accumulate. Just to let you know that, yes, it's not too difficult to become a millionaire in future. It's achievable. One of the things that I want to leave with you. The distance is not clicking, sorry about that. Anyway, what I will do is, maybe if it happens to work, I can show it later on. Otherwise, we will share the materials with a headmaster, and it could be circulated to you. It's just an Excel spreadsheet that assumes a certain minimum, maybe salary that you are getting at the end of the month. So in a year, if you are able to put aside even 1,000 Ghana cedis, and you build that one up over time, over a period of, let's say, 20 years, and you are investing, is yielding a minimum return of, let's say, even 10%. In a short, let's say, 20 years' time, trust me, you will be having not less than, 500,000. It's okay now. Okay, wonderful. So there are two side by side. Move to the screen. So the first one, just assume, just a simple assumption. Over a period of, let's say, 20 years, you put aside just 1,000 Ghana cedis every year, not a month. Every year. Come to the bottom of the paper. By 2045, you would have accumulated around 118 Ghana cedis, just 1,000 Ghana cedis every year. If you are doing it every month, it will be going in the region of about 500,000 Ghana cedis. It's just to give you a sense of how little can accumulate over time. Now, when you come to the second spreadsheet, I do something here. So maybe in the whole year, you can manage 1,000 Ghana cedis, and you decide to put it in an investment. When you finish, SHS is 3 years, right? So you do this for 3 years. You accumulate. You get to university. You are lucky you even get the state loan and everything, and all that comes to you. So this time round, what you are able to put aside has increased to 1,500. When you finish university, you start working within the first few years, about first 5 years, you are able to put aside 5,000 a year. It's not a month, a year. Maybe you are paid, around that time, let me just give a conservative, you are paid, let's say, even 1,000 every month. Within a year, you can put aside 5,000. You put it in an investment. You are building up your wealth. Oh, whilst you are working, you do your masters, you get an upgrade, your salary increases. Now you can put aside 10,000 every year. You put it in the investment. As you do that over a period of time, by the year 2045, you would have accumulated close to 500,000 Ghana cedis. You see how simple it is to accumulate wealth. Like I said, your mindset, how you use the money. And I believe that you will have a wonderful financial future. Thank you very much.
Let's give Dr. Seyewa another round of applause. The presentation was very insightful. I hope we are already taking something out from what we just said. I hope we've taken something out of it. Well, we'll see. We told you earlier that we're going to conduct some quizzes. So please give us all your... We are here. These topics are for people that are already working and are already saving money, but it's for you. Because what you learn today, or the knowledge that you have today, is what is going to shape you in the future. When you start making your own money and saving it and using it for valuable things. So we're going to have a nice presentation on financial knowledge for financial well-being. And that is going to be done by Mr. Augustine Amwakodonko. Can we all give him a round of applause as he takes the microphone from me?
Thank you very much, Mimi. Hello again. So as Mimi said, we are going to now move away a little from your personal financial management to the bigger financial system. Okay, we will come back to your personal financial management because it's so key to us. And so we are going to have this discussion why financial literacy is even important, why what we are doing now with you is important. We will, like I said, take you to the financial system, let you appreciate how it is regulated, who are the financial regulatory authorities, what and what make the financial system, okay, for your knowledge. And then we will zoom down to Bank of Ghana and the institutions that it has licensed. Which institutions are licensed by Bank of Ghana? How do we identify those institutions? Okay, we will have the presentation on that. Then we'll come back to the savings and investments because, as I said, it is so crucial. And then in the end, since you are going to grow, move from school into the working world, a time will come when many of you begin to interact with the financial institutions. When you have issues, when you have complaints, when you are not happy with what they do to you, how do you go about seeking redress? How do you go about complaining to have the redress of your issues? So we will have discussions on all of this. Okay. So, financial literacy, what is it and why is it important? So when we talk of financial literacy or being financially literate, all what it means is you having the knowledge and skills that help you to make smart decisions concerning money, and also help you to understand the financial principles, financial concepts. Okay, so that is financial literacy. It is just about the knowledge and then the skills that will enable you to make smart decisions. Okay, the decisions that you make are smart because of your knowledge. It helps you to understand financial principles, financial concepts, and all this put together will make you always make decisions which are informed, decisions which are based on the good knowledge that you have. And that is financial literacy. It helps you to understand financial terms. You talk about interest rates, you understand it. You hear treasury bill, you understand it. You hear debt management, you understand it. Okay, so that's about financial literacy. It is not the same as the general literacy that we know, the one that what you are doing in school, it is helping you to become literate. But that is different because a professor of chemistry at the university can still be financially illiterate. Okay, meaning he knows everything about chemistry in this world. But when it comes to money matters, when it comes to financial issues, then he cannot go. Okay, so he's a professor of chemistry, a professor of mathematics. But when it comes to money matters, when it comes to finances, maybe he is semi-literate or illiterate. He doesn't understand anything. So the two are different. Now, why is it important for us to be financially literate? Why do we have to be financially literate? First of all, as interest rates of banks are going up, you want to invest. Somebody, you understand it, you know their differences, you know their advantages, disadvantages, so you are able to determine which one to invest in. Okay, so one importance of financial literacy is that it enables you to appreciate certain basic financial principles that you know. Okay, because based on that knowledge, if Bank of Ghana had just said Achimota, Tamale, or where, okay, so if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't have the understanding of something, you just take any decision. Go. So you choose Achimota, you are there. Meanwhile, the program is at Odasco. Okay, so you have some money to save in the bank. You go there, they tell you, or just open the account for me and let me go. Okay, because you don't know it. You don't know the advantages of savings account. You don't know the advantages of current account and stuff like that. Okay, so being financially literate, understanding some of these principles will always guide you, help you to make informed decisions. Okay, and then when you are financially literate, it makes you, or it helps to make you disciplined with your finances. You know the rules. You know that when it comes to money, money doesn't want, it is not only noise that money doesn't want. Money also doesn't want too much of gagai. Okay, if you have some money in your pocket and then you begin to do too much gagai, money will run away from you. Okay, money is interested in staying with people whose intention, whose goal is to help them grow. Okay, money always wants to find itself growing. Okay, money behaves like the cemetery. Money will run away from you. Okay, so once you are financially literate, what it happens is that because you know all the principles, you know the rules, you play by them. When you have money, don't spend all, put some down. Okay, take some, go and put it in another area where it will give you more money. Be careful so that you don't go into debt. All these good things will come your way when you are financially literate. And in the end, one other thing that financial literacy will do for you is that it will help you to become financially independent. Okay, when we say you are financially independent, it means you are able to afford the very basic things that you deserve. You are not reliant on anybody. Okay, if your child is sick, the doctor says go and buy this drug, 150 cities for that person. It's not now that you are going to call all your classmates. Please, can you help? Can you help? Can you help? That one, you are not financially dependent. You are dependent and reliant on other people, and it gives too much stress, which is not good. So that is, those are some of the importance, some of the advantages of becoming financially literate. All right. Now, let us move to the financial sector. When we talk about the financial sector, it is made up of mainly 4 components. Okay. We have the banking sector, we have the pensions sector, we have what we call the security industry or the security sector or the capital market, and then we have insurance. These 4 together makes what we call the financial sector. For many of us, when we talk about the financial sector, your mind goes to only banking. Okay, you think it is only banking, that's the financial sector. And so every issue that's happening on the financial sector, you look at Bank of Ghana. No, there are 3 other sectors added to banking sector, which makes up the banking sector. Now, the banking sector is so important that it has regulators, it has bodies, institutions which are mandated to regulate that sector. Okay, so because there are 4 components, each component or each sector has a regulatory body, a regulatory authority, and we want to learn that today. So we have the insurance sector. The regulatory authority or regulatory body of that sector is called the National Insurance Commission, NIC for short, the National Insurance Commission. That is the body which is set up to oversee, regulate, supervise the activities of all insurance issues in the country. Okay, so if you get to the point where you begin to take insurance policies, okay, or for those of you whose parents have taken, let's say, education policies for you, if you hear them complaining about the policy, maybe the time is up, but the company is not paying, that kind of thing, the place to go and complain is the National Insurance Commission. Okay, they are the regulatory authorities over there. They supervise all the insurance companies. Some of the insurance companies we have in Ghana are Enterprise, Vanguard, Glyco. I'm sure you have heard about some of these institutions. They all come under the supervision of the National Insurance Commission. And then also, we have the pensions sector. It is also part of the financial institutions. They oversee and supervise the pension system in the country. Pension is very, very important. Okay, after your working life, you go into retirement, and that is where that sector comes in. The regulatory authority there, the regulatory body there is called the National Pensions Regulatory Authority. National Pensions Regulatory Authority. They are in charge of everything pension. Okay, so you've all heard of SNIT. Okay, once you mention SNIT, it's about pensions. SNIT is supervised by this authority, okay, or this institution, and all the other pension companies, Access Pension Trust, Petra Pension Company, and all the pension issues fall under the authority of this. So when you grow, you retire, and you are having any issues with your pension, you want to complain, you go to the National Pensions and Regulatory Authority. The third sector is called the security industry or the capital sector. That sector, the regulatory body is called the Securities and Exchange Commission. Securities and Exchange Commission. It is in this sector that we talk of all the shares. You may have heard about shares. People are saying, I want to go and buy shares in MTN. I want to go and buy shares in GCB. This is in the capital market. They do more of investment in this sector. We have companies who are called investment banks or fund managers. That's the sector where they operate. And their regulatory authority is the Securities and Exchange Commission. So for those of you who have heard Data Bank Financial Institution, it is an investment bank. This is where they operate. If you want to buy shares, there are certain companies that you can't go to the stock exchange and buy shares directly. You have to go through certain companies which are called the brokerage firms. All of them come under the supervision of the Securities and Exchange Commission. And then the fourth one, the last one, is banking, okay, where we operate. Banking. So the banking sector is overseen, is regulated and supervised by the Bank of Ghana. Okay, Bank of Ghana is the body in charge of supervising the banking sector. Some of the institutions under the banking sector are the banks. Okay, the major banks that we know, Prudential Bank, GCB, ABSA, Fidelity Bank, all of these institutions. There are other financial institutions also under this sector. Savings and loans companies, the rural banks in our home towns, microfinance institutions, and several others. they all fall under this sector and under the supervision and authority of the Bank of Ghana. So let's quickly look at some of the institutions under the Bank of Ghana. I've actually mentioned them to you. We have the banks, okay, the traditional banks that we know. What do they do? The primary function of a bank is what we call financial intermediation, which means they accept or mobilize deposits, okay, from all of us. They allow us to come and deposit there, and then also they advance credit. They give us loans. Okay, that is the basic duty of a bank: deposit mobilization and then granting of loans. That is what the banks that we have. That is their major activity. Now, all the others that I mentioned, or following, savings and loans, rural banks, microfinance, finance houses, they are also, in fact, I choose to call them baby banks, okay, small banks. They are also, or they also behave like banks. They take deposits, they grant credit, but they are macho. Their financial muscles are not like the traditional banks that we know. And that's why I said I sometimes choose to call them baby banks. So, for instance, if you take a savings and loan company, what do? They also accept deposits, they grant loans, but not to the level of banks, because they are not as financially endowed and strong in terms of their capital, the money they are using to do business, as banks. Okay, so you may have heard about additional savings and loans, opportunity international savings and loans, advanced Ghana savings and loans. That is where they operate. They are all licensed by Bank of Ghana. The rural banks, all of us have rural banks in our hometowns. Okay, so Rural Bank, Section Rural Bank, they are also taking deposits and then granting loans. Now, one distinction between the banks and the rest of the other institutions I'm talking about is the fact that it is only the banks which can transact business in foreign exchange. When we say foreign exchange, we are talking about monies that are used in other countries. Okay, so it is only banks which are permitted by Bank of Ghana or law to transact business in foreign exchange. Okay, so if you have some dollars sent to you by your uncle, you don't want to change into cedis, you want to open a bank account in dollars, you cannot go to the rural bank in your hometown and ask them to open a foreign account for you. No. Okay, you can only go to the major banks. If you grow, you become a big businessman, big businesswoman. You want some loan to import something from outside, but you want the loan in dollars. You can't go to a microfinance. You can't go to a savings and loans. You can't go to the rural bank in your village to go and request for a loan in foreign exchange. Okay, so notice that it is only the banks which are permitted to transact business in foreign currency. Don't go and deposit your foreign currency in a microfinance because they promise they'll give you some huge interest. It is wrong. Okay. So, we also have what we call the microfinance institutions. They are, you will just take a listen to their name, microfinance institutions. It will come. Okay, yeah. If you listen to the name, micro is small. Okay, so these are the tiniest of all the financial institutions in the banking sector. What they do is they just provide, they take deposits in very small quantums and grant loans in small amounts. Okay, so if you want to take a loan from 1,000 cedis, 2,000 cedis for something, and you don't want to take it to a bank, you can easily go to microfinance to transact that business. Okay, so now let us, because of scam, because Bank of Ghana, we want to protect you so that you do not go and then hand your money to an institution that we don't know, an institution that is not licensed. We encourage you that when you go out, you start working, or maybe even now, some of you may be doing some small savings and deposits, make sure that with only that all institutions, all the institutions that has license, they display their license, the license that you are giving them, they display it in their banking halls, okay, or their office premises. So if you walk into any financial institution that you have been told is under the supervision of Bank of Ghana, in the banking hall, when you look around, you should find Bank of Ghana's license displayed somewhere. In fact, the requirement is that it should be displayed conspicuously so that anybody who wants to see it would see it. Okay? So usually the license will have the Bank of Ghana logo embossed on it, and then you will find the signature of our three governors. You know, Bank of Ghana, we have the governor and then two deputies. First deputy, second deputy. All of them will have signed the license. So it will be displayed for you to see. If you cannot find it, ask them, please, can I see your Bank of Ghana license? If they behave or they answer in a very disrespectful way, just move away to the next institution. Okay? You politely ask them to show you their license. When they show it to you, their name is on it, the Bank of Ghana logo is on it, and then as I've said, there are three authorized signatories, the governors, they have signed. Then it will assure you that you are in the Bank of Ghana licensed institution. For smart and digital people like you may want to also go to our website. Okay, we have a long list of institutions that you have licensed on our website. You go to www.bog.gov.gh. That is our website. Go to the supervision section. Okay, and then you would you are not seeing anything about yes. Okay, you will see register of licensed institutions. Once you click on that, you will find all the institutions that you have licensed, from banks to microfinance, in there. And that is how you can also confirm that the institution that you want to deal with is a licensed institution. And then, when you are in doubt, we are doing this program at the place, and then somebody asks this question. These days, with technology, anybody at all can sit in their office and then come up with a license. So how do I know that the license that they are showing me, which has the BOG logo and signatures and all that, is genuine? Okay, so the response we give is that anytime you are in doubt, just contact Bank of Ghana. Okay, at the end of the presentations, we'll give you some contact lines. Anytime you are in doubt of what the status of an institution, contact Bank of Ghana, make that inquiry, and then we will resolve it for you. Okay, so let's now move to, I told you we'll be coming back to the savings because it is so important to us. Dr. Zebwa spent a long time talking about savings. I'm also going to spend some 2 minutes on it. The reason is, it is so important. It is a habit that you need to cultivate right from today if you desire to be rich in future. I told you that the rich people, the difference between them and us is the knowledge and practice, what they know and what they do. Okay? They know that savings is good, and so they do it. They don't spend all their money, and that's why they are always ahead. What is savings? What is savings? When we talk about savings, it is just the act or the practice of setting aside a portion of your income or your money. Okay, you set it aside. You do not spend it now. What is the purpose? For future use. Okay, so that is what we mean by savings. Any money, any income that you have now, you take some of it, a portion of it, you put it aside, you are not touching it. Your intention is to use it in the future. If you do that, then it means you are saving. Savings is good. If you leave this auditorium today and you forget about everything, don't forget this statement. Savings is good if you want to become rich in future. If you don't cultivate the habit of saving a portion of your income, but you spend every money that comes into your hands, I'm sorry, but you will never become financially independent. You will never become rich. Okay, so cultivate that discipline. In the headmaster's remark, he said, for Odasco, discipline, academic performance. The discipline is in various ways. Now we're talking about financial discipline. Discipline yourself that when money comes to your hands, you don't only think about consumption. Buy, spend. No. The first thing that you should think about is savings. Put some aside, and then the rest you can decide what to do with them. So that is savings. You defer consumption to a future date. As I have said, try and then cultivate a habit of saving a portion of your income, regardless of how small it is. I have remembered, let me emphasize it. Some of us, the reason that we don't save, the excuse that we give for not saving is that the income I have is too small. How can I earn some? How can I save some? Second better, money doesn't want to hear that. Okay? If you think that about money, money will feel disrespected, disregarded. Hey, you are saying me I am small, so you will kill me and bury everything. You will not leave some so that they will reproduce. It will run away from you. Okay? But once you have money, regardless of how much it is, and the first thing that comes to mind is, let me put some aside. Money is like, I will stay here and help this man. Okay? So even if it is 100 cedis, okay, or even 50, let me come to give 50 cedis that you have been given for the whole month. Please, if it is just 2 cedis you can save, put it aside. 2 cedis every month, 2 times 12, 20, 26, 24. If you save 2 cedis every month, 12 months time, you have 24 cedis. The person who didn't save doesn't have it. Okay? I'm even assuming what we call a simple, that there's even no interest. Even when there's no interest, 2 cedis every month for 24 months, for 12 months, 24 cedis, we have something. So please, take note that savings is very important. Cultivate that habit. Don't spend everything that you have. And then as students, don't deceive yourselves that me, I'm not working. I'm not earning any income, so how can I save? Some of you, the money that comes into your hands is more than the money that goes into the hands of the teachers. When you are coming to school, your father has given you what we call the chop money. He knows that this money I'm giving you, from now that you are going up to midterms, it should be okay for you. After midterms, I'll come and give you more. And indeed, if you manage it well, it will be okay. But you are lucky, just before you left, your uncle also came. Uncle, I'm going to do today. Oh, really? Another 100 cedis. Okay. You are at the station, then your father is calling somebody. The person comes, your father's classmate. Oh, this is my daughter. He's going to Odasco. Today's the opening day. So, oh, really? How are you? Which year? Say, 3rd year. Oh, good. Let her, okay? Then another 200. In fact, without the 100 cedis from your uncle and the 200 cedis from your father's friend, you were going to survive here, isn't it? So this new amount that you have, is it for consumption? If you are wise, you tell yourself that I was not expecting this additional money. The only one I had was what my father gave me, which I was going to live on. So these new ones, I have to make good use of it. Making good use of it means saving it. Okay, small, and then you are going to be there. That is how it is. It doesn't come easy. It comes through discipline. So you have to discipline yourself. Okay, it is not every around robots that you call them. No. Okay, so note that also. When you save over time and then you build some sizable amount, okay, then you can move it from the savings to an investment product. Okay, you cannot decide to invest it somewhere. The investment simply means you are taking the money to go and put in a particular product or venture, which will give you what the financial people call returns, interest. Okay, it will multiply for you. So you have some 2,000 cedis that you have saved over a period. Now you want to move it into a product that will give you some more income. So you go and invest it, whether it's in a treasury bill, you can invest in a treasury bill, whether it's a fixed deposit account, whether because you understand you can buy some shares, you can go and do mutual funds. We may talk about all those, or you may learn about them. Then this is investment to earn more income. And that is how you begin to build the foundation for your future financial independence. Savings will help you to achieve your financial goals. Okay. And then, more importantly, it will help you during times of emergencies. Okay, emergency situations may come. By lunchtime today, all of us here who feel so well, you can't tell the future. You can suddenly fall sick. Your head, for about 30, 40, 1 hour, the way your head is aching, you need some painkiller. Let's assume nobody has it. They say there is a pharmacy on the school compound here. Go and buy a painkiller. You have squandered all the money you brought to school. That wise girl in front of you, she has been saving. So she just picks up from her savings. This is an emergency situation. It is not now that you're going to call your father to come and visit you on the weekend and take you to hospital. No. Okay? Or there is something that is being sold around. Okay? As we have come with some very important thing that we are selling. We say 50 cities. You have spent all your money. You don't have any reserves anywhere. So this emergency situation you cannot afford. So that is one thing that savings does. It comes to your aid in times of emergencies. And it is very good, therefore, to always build what we call an emergency fund. The savings, something that is there that you can access easily at any time. Okay. It helps to mobilize money for your future needs also. Okay. After school, you want to use that money to do some business, to do whatever, you can use it to do it. And then, this is another important advantage. Savings helps you to avoid unnecessary debt. Okay, debt is not too good to all people. It's not too good. Okay, apart from everything, it even reduces the respect that you have amongst your. Okay, so if you have savings, such that you can always take something from it and then do yourself good without having to rely on anybody. That is very good. So to do this, you also need to cultivate the habit of savings to help avoid debt. And as I mentioned at the beginning, savings, if you do it well over time, it can help you to be financially independent. You are not too dependent on people. Where do you save? Now we have decided that because of the advantages, the importance of savings, you want to save. Where do you save? You can save in various ways. Okay, as students like us, maybe when we are in school, you can find a very safe place, a safe way that you want to save. You don't trust your police in the dormitory. You can go to your favorite teacher and then give them the money for safe keeping. You are home. Some of us use this piggy bank, our super set, stuff like that. Those ones are at the very elementary stages. When you get to some point, it is not too advisable to save at home, okay, or at the office. It is not too advisable to save at home or at the office for obvious reasons. You are saving at home, you are saving in the office, wherever. Thieves can come around, okay. There can be disasters, okay, fire outbreak, flooding, whatever, okay. During the unfortunate incident of the flood in the Volta region, I think last year, you heard some of the interviews on radio, TV. People complaining that they have lost all their money. The question is, what was the money doing in your room when you have other places that you could have saved? So it is always advisable to save with licensed and supervised financial institutions. So take note of that. You mentioned some of them. Save at the banks, savings and loans companies, rural banks, microfinance, and stuff like that. Now, when you do business with a financial institution, a bank, a loans, whatever, and then you go. Please ask questions, especially because you are new. Ask questions. Let them explain everything that you want to do. I want to open an account. What types of accounts do you have here? Listen to them, answer the questions. So, ask a student or someone who has come out of school, I want to start a small business. Which account will you advise me to open? They will tell you, you answer the questions, when you're satisfied before you take a decision. Anything that they give you, especially regarding the terms and conditions of the product you are going to sign on to, please make sure you read everything very well. Make sure you understand what you have read. Okay, make sure you understand what you have read before you sign on to it. It is so important. It is so important. Okay, so because of time, let's go to loans. Loans can be good or bad depending on you, the individual. Okay, if you take a loan and you put it to a very good use, such that you are able to repay it, fantastic. It helps you. You take a loan because you need it. You take a loan because you can repay it. You take a loan because the purpose for which you are taking it is so essential. That is good. But when you are going to take a loan that you know you cannot pay, that you know that what you are going to use it for is not an important thing, please, it's a bad practice. Okay, loans can do you good, it can also bring you down. If you don't need it, if you cannot repay, don't take it. Students, what you are observing is because of the services being provided digitally these days. Okay, you have access to your computer, access to your phone. There are so many apps, loan apps, and they talk to you about the ease of which you can take it comes to the risk. The risk that many of them they don't have the license by so loan apps that's fine. Especially when we are not sure of their status, whether they are within Ghana or not. Some of them, if you take it and you don't pay, the way they will harass you, threaten you, they have access to all the contact on your phones. They will contact your pastor, your mother, your sister, disgrace you, threaten you. Be careful with the loan apps that you will come into contact with. Now, you have started dealing with an institution, a financial institution. Maybe you have even purchased a certain product, an investment product. Your hope is to make returns on it. We are saying that sometimes things can go wrong. Okay? The institution may not be licensed, or sometimes they are even licensed, but the operations may not be going well. There are certain things that when you see or you observe, you have to be careful and think twice. Okay, we call them red flags. Okay, once you observe some of them, you are not saying the moment you observe them, that means the company or the product is bad or whatever. But we're just saying, like the Nigerians will say, be steady, shine your eyes, pay attention, look closely, because maybe there is some fire on the mountain. Let us quickly go through some of this. You have some money you want to invest. You are in this company. Okay, or people are told that, hey, there's this product that this company is giving. You go, you give them 200, 2 times this, and they are giving you ABC. So you have gone. You also want to do it. As I've said, ask them to explain it to you. When they start the explanation, and then you realize that the people have explained the thing about 5 minutes, but you don't understand anything that they have said, or they're not making themselves clear. When you ask them a question, it's like you are dodging. You ask them a question from Accra, they are not from Congo, they are not from. That is a red flag. If you cannot understand how a product works, to to give you interest, to give you income, it is a red flag. It may not be a product. So they say that, oh, so you bring your 2,000, we record it for you, then go and look for 5 other persons. If each of them bring this one, you get this, and then they too, when they bring this one, then you now go and buy this gold, and then your man is like, what are you talking about? That should tell you that there may be something in there. Be careful before you go into it. Okay, so how the company treats customers. You have a small question about the product as if they are angry. I don't know come to invest. Who are you that ask questions? That should tell you what may be happening. When you observe that for this company you are in, that you want to invest, from what you have observed, everything, virtually everything in the company revolves around the manager, the CEO. Everything you ask, manager, everything you ask, the CEO is not there. So it's like, so let the CEO, nothing goes on here. That should tell you that's a red, proper red flag. The manager goes away, he travels with the company. The investment that you make, today is the day it is maturing. Today is the day you agree that you go and take your money with the interest. You have come. You have filled all the form. And they tell you, manager went for funeral weekend, he hasn't come, so come tomorrow. Red flag. The manager cannot be the company. Okay, so that's one thing that you also have to look out for. Then you have done an investment product. The product is for, let's say, a 3 months. I don't know, 3 months, come for your money with the interest. The 3 months has come. You have gone there to take your money in the interest. Then they are putting with you. They are virtually taking you. You don't take the money. You call it roll over. If the interest rate is too high, they have promised you 45% per annum. Bring your money, we will give you 65% per annum. Hey, when the treasury bill rate is currently under 10, this company is saying, whatever money you bring per annum, we will give you 50%. You should ask yourself, what are you going to do with my money? Such that to be able to generate you income, you take part and give me 50%. Even the treasury bill rate is less than 10%. It should tell you something, okay? So one trick is to always match the interest they are promising you with the treasury bill rate. If the interest they're promising you is too far away from the treasury bill rate, there may be something wrong about it. Okay, so that is another red flag. Or where they keep increasing the interest rate over very short periods. Okay, January, they will give you 25%. March, it's now 24. July, it's going to 25. Run away. You will burn your fingers. There is something we call the bandwagon effect. What does it mean? This is a new company which has come. Suddenly, you realize that everybody's rushing there to go and invest. Everybody's rushing there to go and invest. When it happens, it is not always the case that it is a good company. The product is good. Don't follow the crowd just because they are moving in that direction. Hey, we'll be according to the no, it is not always the case. When it's something like that, ask yourself, what exactly is there with this company that everybody is moving there? Ask questions. Okay, so please note it. When institutions like, okay, you may not know it, you are too young. lately, now last family, men's code. Okay, some of you may still be here, but you may remember, everybody was going there. Everybody, in fact, some of us, we didn't even know how it operates, but we are still going there. That's what I'm saying. Be careful when everybody's going to one direction. And so, the reason why we are joining is because everybody's going there. That's not the reason. Ask yourself, what is happening there? What are their terms and conditions? Is it okay with me before you go and add to the numbers? Another thing that you need to know is just observe the lifestyle of the big people, the owners, the promoters, the directors, the managers of that company. So you have invested in a financial institution. The advice is don't go and sleep saying, oh, I've invested in this is a bank. I know for people like you, you consider every financial institution a bank. This is a bank. They wear suits. The ladies are very beautiful. Once my money is there, they are all safe. I mean, my money is safe. So you deposit your money there and then you go and sleep. When I say go and sleep, I mean you don't care about anything about that institution. It is dangerous. Once you have an interest in that institution because your money is there, be interested in all the activities. You are going to bath. One step in the washroom, then you hear the business news, TV, mentioning the name of that institution where your money is. Fast! They come back to come and listen. What are they talking about that company? Why? I have an interest. My money is there. If the news is that the managing director or the chairman of the board has been arrested for financial, hey, where is my money? Then you should be interested. You know what you want to do. Okay, so be interested in the affairs, the activities of the institutions. Once you realize that the lifestyle of the leadership, the promoters, the managers, the owners, the directors, their lifestyle is too extravagant. This company who just came, recently the manager is riding a Range Rover. I hear the wife is being bought a Bugatti for her too. When we went to the funeral of that man last week, the financial controller, everybody was donating 100 cities, 1,000 cities, 1,500, 200 cities and stuff. When it was his 10 year long, he donated 50,000 cities. Now the way he dresses, everything has changed. Look at them, even the young ladies there. Extravagant lifestyle of the people should tell you something. Hey, is it about money? And then you monitor closely to take your decisions. And then some institutions, what they want to do is because they want it to appear, they want their business, the institution to appear legitimate in our eyes. They use very prominent people in society, people that we all love, okay, as the face of the institution. Okay, so they may use some celebrities. Okay, you may see, no, I won't mention any name. You may see some of your fans, the celebrities that you love so much, whether they are actors, actresses, musicians, footballers, they are the face of that company. Like I said, I'm not saying that when you see that way, then the company is bad or something, but you see that they are forcing the guy to, convince people to be there. Okay, if it's a very genuine situation or whatever, they may not need that, or the celebrity may be there with them, but the kind of role that person is playing is just, a normal role. The moment you see that this thing is becoming unusual, then they should advise you on what is likely may be happening. Okay, so we are about ending, but let's talk about how you will protect your accounts. Okay, you are saving. When I was talking about the savings, I used to go to, okay, you are in school now, so you don't have phones, but maybe once you move out of school, you have your phones. Now, because of mobile money, because of mobile, you can even save on your phone. You can do your savings on your phone. So you have your bank account on your phone. Some of you may open traditional bank accounts with some of the banks. We have investment companies and all of that. How do you protect, safeguard that account? And please, don't leave that to the institutions alone. No, the money is yours, so you should be even more interested in its safety than the institutions. Of course, they will do their best to protect that money for you, but you also have a role to play. What are some of these practices? You hear it every day. Don't share your pins, your codes, your passwords with anybody. Okay, so we have a mobile money wallet. This practice where you send your whoever, it can be a relative, your friend, your daughter, your whatever, go and draw money for me. My pin is 246, I'm giving the person. Today we are finding the person. Do you know what's going to happen tomorrow? When you are no more fine, the person has your pin. For us, computer babies, digital, these days the banks are helping you. You open an account, everything is digitalized. You can stay in your room, your office, wherever, and transact every business that you want to. You have your password, you have your OTPs, the one-time passwords, you have your other credentials to enable you to enter into your account. Don't share this with anyone, particularly on phone. Fraudsters are very smart. They will call you and pretend, create the impression that they are calling you from your bank. Okay, and they will lay the foundation such that if you are not careful, you may agree, accept that, oh, this is an officer from my bank. We are trying to build more protection for you to help you. Can you share your password? Can you share your... No financial institution will ever call you on phone to demand or request your password. No financial institution will send you a message, WhatsApp, SMS, or even email to request for your password. So don't share this with anybody on the phone. For those of us who may be doing internet banking, okay, and I know that once you start engaging the institutions, these are the kind of things we're going to be doing because we are computer babies. Then click. Be careful. Okay, there is a link that somebody sends you. Click on this link so that we can upgrade the security features of your account. This is from Prudential Bank. Then you go and click. Once you click, you give the key to your account to the fraudsters. Okay, so be careful about that as well. Yeah, if you are in doubt, always visit the branch for them to help. Okay, so we are gradually concluding. Dr. Serafwa mentioned some of these. Very, very important. We are repeating them so they will stick in your mind. We want you to be rich. We want you to start building the base of your financial independence from today. Once you have started to save, once you started to invest, there are certain things you shouldn't do. Okay? One of them is about spending. Dr. Serafwa started with budgeting. Once you have budgeted that for this 100 cedis, 60 cedis is for maybe savings, the 40 cedis, 20 cedis is for school fees, 10 cedis is for music, this is for that. You stay with it. Stay with it if you want to cultivate a habit that will lead to financial independence. Spending, overspending is not good. Some of us, everything that has been put out for sale, we want to buy. Okay, if you go to the market, so many things have been put up for sale. It doesn't mean you should buy everything. You buy only things that you need. So don't spend all your money on things. Especially, if I say it, I will lose some friends, so I won't say it. But you know it. Don't spend unnecessarily. Buy only things that you need. Okay, there's that saying that if you buy things that you don't need now, in the long run, you will end up selling things that you need to sort yourself. There's something like that. So be careful with spending. Be careful with debt. I mentioned it, I'm repeating it. Avoid debt if necessary. This thing is here, it is nice, but the price you can't afford. It is 500, you only have 200. What is your problem? let it go. But you take it, madam, it's not 300. Give me 1 month, I'll pay. The 1 month, you have really no idea where you're going to get the 300. So the 1 month comes, the person comes, you don't have the money. You kneel down, you wrap the person goes. 2 weeks time, you are in church, he comes there, please the money. You are begging. 3 weeks time, you are in your friend's house, he comes there, you are in this cycle of debt. Please, buy it only when you can afford. It's not everything you need that you have to buy. If you can't afford, don't. Otherwise, you fall into a financial pit. Let's see the next one. Okay, and then living on loans, you have said that. Be careful. You don't have a plan. You are just passing through. You don't have any financial plan that is guiding you. Budget, no. Financial plan, no. It is risky. Have a plan. Okay, that this is how I want to behave financially. Okay, I'm going to reduce the number of yogurt I buy. This banana and granite that I buy after every lunch, I want to reduce it. You have just eaten, you are full. Why are you spending? Okay, so have a plan, stick to it. Especially the expenditure. Okay, there's something that I call T&T when it comes to expenditure. The T&T means track them. Okay, track and trim. If you begin to track your expenditures now, that is when you realize that, hey, I spend, Papa. If you don't track them, amount you are spending on data, airtime, yogurt, whatever, you don't track them, so you don't realize how huge they are. But once you begin tracking them, noting them, every Tuesday I buy this data, I buy this, I spend. At the end of the month, when you put them together, it will give an idea of how much you are spending. And then also, you see the items. Are these necessary at all? So track them. Once you track them, then you begin to reduce them. That's the dream. So you don't fall into any financial expenditure. Betting. If you want to grow rich, if you want to become financial independent, take it from us. Betting is not the way that will lead you there. I know for the youth now, that is your baby, your closest friends. Betting, take it from me. It will not make you rich. It will not make you financially independent. It will rather waste you. So if you are in that habit, stop from today. Just tell yourself that the Bank of Ghana guys who came here say betting is not the way to go. Take yourself out of it. Go by the principles we are teaching you. Savings, investment, expenditure, savings, spending, your money, all those things. It will be fun with you. Betting is not good for you. You may have won a few in the past, so you think it's the way to go. So betting, please, betting. It is not. Okay. All right. So I will end my presentation here. We are going to use the next 10 minutes, as I said, to just take you through the processes or the procedure to go through to seek resolution of any complaint that you have. Okay. Someone has taken some money from your mobile wallet, you don't understand. You have called them saying they're not helping you. Your bank account, someone has taken some money, you don't understand. The bank is not helping you, or whatever it is that you have with any of the institutions that you have licensed. How do you seek redress? How do you go about complaining? That is the next thing that we will do in the next few minutes, and Madam Rota will help us with that. Thank you very much.
That's a good one, man. God bless you, boss. So now we know what financial literacy is. And thank God we are now educated to make informed financial decisions. The customers of our licensed institutions are very important to us. So we don't want them to sit down and say that, I'm not happy with the services of this bank, so I'm leaving to another bank. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, we have redress mechanisms available that if you have any issue, you can get your issues resolved. So we want, first of all, yes, if you have issues with your financial institution, you have the right to complain about any product or service that you are not happy with. You have the right to complain. We first of all will advise that you go to the financial institution, whether it's a bank or any other institution. You go there, you lodge your complaint, and they will look into the matter to get your issues resolved. If you are not happy with the resolution they give you, you can escalate it to Bank of Ghana. We will give you our address so that whenever you have any issue with any financial institution, you can get to us and lodge your complaint to us as well. We have 20 working days to get your issues resolved. If we say 20 working days, we won't wait till the 20 days. All the days are exhausted. Depending on the nature of your complaint, we will get your issues resolved for you. It can take about a day, 1 week, 2 weeks, but the maximum is 20 days. Even if the issue is so complex, we can ask for another 10 days. So it will make 30 days for you to get your resolution. So when you come to Bank of Ghana, for instance, we will also look into the matter. We will investigate and see where the issue lies. If it is the fault of the customer or the fault of the financial institution, then we will also give you our resolution. If you are not happy with our resolution, you can take it to the law court. But that one, we don't like it at all. So whenever you have any issue with any financial institution, when you get to us, we will get your issues resolved for you. But what we don't want is to take your matter to court first before you come to us. That one, then you tie our hands. We can't do anything about it. But if you come to us, if you go to the financial institution and you are not happy with their resolution and you come to us, we will make sure you are happy. So always go through that process to get your issues resolved. Yes, so like I said, we will use 20 working days to look into the matter to get your issues resolved, but not 20 working days. It depends on the nature of the complaint. I've said this. If you are not happy with their resolution, you escalate it to Bank of Ghana. So these are contacts. You can take it. You can take a snapshot of it so that whenever you want to get to us, then you come. So the BOG Complaint Management Office, we have our number. The email address is complaints@bog.gov.gh. Our WhatsApp number, we are at the 4th floor of the urban block, the Bank Square, Bank of Ghana, Accra. We used to be at City House, so we will be sharing some brochures. It has our old address. That one, we are no more there. So whenever you want to get to us, please use this one. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Augustine Donko, for this eye-opening session. In fact, financial knowledge is for all of us, not just those who are working and are already making money. It's for all of us. All the time, we should be educated on our financial transaction, everything about our financial management. We should have deep knowledge about that. And thanks to Mr. Donko for giving us this important session. I believe we've all been challenged to take our financial habits serious, starting from now, not later. Starting from when? Starting from when? not later, because all the time we say, oh, tomorrow I'll do this, tomorrow I'll do that, tomorrow if I get money I'll save. The little monies that you get, the pocket monies, the gift, and all other things that comes into your pocket, you can be able to save some money out of that. So don't wait to get bigger monies or any bigger transactions before you save. That is very important. Savings is very important. And I also want you to be very particular about the illegal loan apps, because I know most of you have started that already. Even though you are not going to the banks to take loans or to save money, you have access to phones that you are able to log on and take loans from those apps. If you want to know if the apps are licensed by the Bank of Ghana, you go to our website. If you have access to any mobile phone, I know you are not allowed to bring mobile phones to school. If you go home and you have access to any mobile phones, stop doing unnecessary things with the mobile phones and do so much important things with it. Go to the Bank of Ghana website and look for the licensed institutions, especially the licensed loan apps, because those are the ones that you are using now. You want to be rich quick. You are taking loans for whatever reasons. You started taking loans now with the loan apps. So deal with the licensed ones. Don't deal with the illegal ones. Don't deal with which ones? So you go to our website, you see the licensed loan apps, and then you deal with those ones. If you don't understand anything on our website, you can ask questions. Our phone numbers are there. You can call us. It's not only complaints that you can really call us on. When you have questions to ask, if you are confused about certain things that you've seen on our website and you need clarification to them, kindly call us on the lines, the numbers that we have provided, and then we will be able to come to your aid for you to have clarification on things before you do. Thank you. So we have our final presentation. Before the next presentation, I would like you to, when we say Odasco, how do you respond? Odasco. Odasco. Wow. This shows that we are really in the anniversary mood. Are you tired already? Are you tired already? Can we go? Are you not enjoying us here? Okay. I told you earlier on that we are here because of you. I'm specifically here because of you. You have started making friends already. If you don't know, if I've not come to you to ask you any question, I've started making friends already, and I hope you like me too. So let's just continue to pay attention as we go to the next presentation. Okay, so Odasco. 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 I'm here with you for the anniversary. So we are excited to welcome our next speaker, which is in the person of Madam Selom Abe. She is going to talk to us about cash handling. Cash handling is a broad topic. It's not just how to hold money. No, it's a broad topic which is going to dive into. So let's give her all our attention so that we can finish quick and move out of here. Thank you very much. Hello. Odasco. Me, I went to a girls' school, so I'm a little biased towards it. I want to hear the female voice. Odasco. Thank you. And when they asked whether you were tired, was it the guys who were saying they were tired or the ladies? Me, I know it's the guys there. They are tired. I'm biased. Accept it. Good afternoon once again. And I hope so far it's been educative, informative, right? So we've done the knowledge part. We'll add a little physical. Knowing your money and saving your money doesn't end at just earning it. You have to know how to handle it, because money is what we handle every day. We deal with when it comes to services and buying of goods. So we'll start by talking about giving you some introduction about the purpose of taking you through the handling of notes. So the Bank of Ghana is mandated by law to issue currency notes and coins in instruments for the payment of goods and services. To maintain its functionality, it is important to sustain the integrity, the confidence, and trust in the currency. I want to stress that part, because the value in our money, we'll have to add integrity to it. It has to carry some form of integrity. We have to have confidence in it, and then trust in the currency. At times, we tend to trust other foreign currency, but ours too can have that. If we cherish it, we handle it well, properly. Ghana City banknotes is made of tough and durable cotton fiber other than ordinary paper. This is just to let you know that even though we see it as notes, it's not just paper. It's more durable than paper. That is why you can't just tear it. That is why you don't want to just tear it. There's a lot that is considered in getting a very good paper to give us our banknotes. Printed banknotes are vanished. The application of thin chemical plastic film on the surface of the banknotes. Vanishing prevents moisture absorption and keeps the security features in position, especially the screen-applied features and intangible images. Okay, so this is for you to know that it's important to handle the money well, because there are very special features that are on the money that makes it money. You know, you can't just cut graphic and go and stand at a shop and say, I want to buy something with it. We identify money by certain features, and we have to try and maintain the money and maintain those features to still maintain the value in the CD notes. Okay. So commercial entity, financial institutions, and general public handle cash in regular basis in daily transactions. So here we are bringing light to the fact that money is important to all of us, receiving or collecting cash from our counterparty, paying or delivering cash to someone, storing of cash for safekeeping. So, hello. Are we following? Yes. Are you drawing my attention? Do you need me to slow down? Well, then please let me have your attention. Okay. We are sharing you specimen notes. Specimen means money for, you can't spend it. Okay? So you can admire it. We use it to learn. It's for the purpose of learning the features of the notes. So they are being shared among us. Were you expecting real money? Hey! Money makes Okay, so we will all have the opportunity to have a feel, to be able to understand the features that we see on the CD note. So after here, we are not going to see the notes the same anymore. Okay, that's the essence of what we are doing. So let's go. Whilst it's being shared, please pay attention. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go. No, but yeah. Okay. The way cash is received, paid, or kept can be categorized into two categories. That's proper cash handling and improper cash handling. You are either handling it well or you are not handling it well. That's what we mean here. So we are going to speak on the proper way to handle cash. Proper cash handling entails handling cash in a manner that is acceptable and does not compromise the quality and lifespan of the notes. I said earlier on that in as much as we learn to save the money, it will not have value if it's started, if it's stopped, if it's not, it doesn't have the right features. Because have you heard of counterfeit notes? Yes, so we don't accept counterfeit because it's not accepted, but it doesn't have the accepted features of it. So we need to handle money to retain those special features that make the money good for use. That's all we are talking about here. And then the improper way, handling it in a way that makes it not good enough to be used. So you go to a bank, you give the money to the teller, she counts it and then she says the machine is rejecting it. The machine is rejecting it because the money wasn't well handled. So the machine cannot recognize the special features that will make the machine know that, oh, this is money or this is paper. If you go to the bank and you give plain paper to a teller, will she take it? She won't take it because nothing on it shows that it's money. Because she can't also use it. So in proper handling of cash, we are talking about you handling the money properly so that those special features that make the money good money for use are retained. So in order to handle those money properly, we suggest you keep them in your purses, in your wallets, in aprons or pouches by market women. You know what apron is? What the market women hang around them. They have certain pouches here that they keep the money in. We are encouraging you to keep them in properly, not to just crumple them and then put them in. Make sure you keep them in pouches, keep them in wallets, keep them in purses, or in envelopes if you don't have any of this. Maybe you are doing the saving that my boss spoke about. You want to keep 2 CDs. Don't just throw it somewhere. Get an envelope, open it up well, and keep them there. We are retaining the value, the integrity, and the trust that we have in the notes that we use. Okay, so here we have pictures to show you what we mean by keeping your money in your wallet. Someone can crumple the money and put it in the wallet, right? But we are saying you should straighten it and keep it well. That's why wallets are flat, to keep the money flat. So these are some pictures to show. These are the aprons and the pouches that we spoke about earlier. And then the envelopes. You get a clean envelope. It's not that expensive. You keep the money to maintain the integrity, the trust that we have in our money. Okay, so when it comes to the improper cash handling that I spoke about earlier, we are talking about crumpling of banknotes, multiple folds of banknotes, soiled hands. That is, you have oil on your hand, but you are collecting the money. We are speaking to you today, but the knowledge doesn't end with you. We want you to tell your mummies, your aunties in the market, when they are selling oil and someone is even paying them, let's maintain the integrity, let's give the trust, let's maintain the trust and the respect for the money. Wipe our hands before we take the money. Otherwise, the grease, the oil, the stains, it won't let the machine recognize the money as money anymore. So would you want to be the last person to use that money? Or when you take it to the bank, they'll tell you that money is not real. It may be real, but just because you did not handle it well, it may not be acceptable. So keeping banknotes on the body where they could be damaged due to sweat. And you know, can someone guess where improper place that you've been keeping money? Where? Oh, my women. This place. And we know how the place can sweat. But we are not the only culprit. Some people, men put it in their socks, hidden places where they wear socks, and then they sweat, and the money get wet. And will destroy the money. Stamping, perforating, stapling of banknotes. You know what perforating is? We use a perforator to punch a hole in money. Some people say, so they perforate it. No, the only one who can tell whether it's papa or not is the features. Don't perforate it. Don't staple it. Maybe when you are stapling is where the correct feature is. You may just destroy the money. So let's avoid this improper acts. The other ones like tying banknotes at the tip of our clothes. Women, we are guilty, right? So let's tell our grandmothers, let's tell our mothers. We can do better. Tying it may be secure, but we can find better ways of keeping our money. Burying the banknotes in the ground for safekeeping. We are saying that it's like a paper, even though it's more durable. When you bury it on the ground, it's exposed to anything, all the insects on the ground. It will wear off. So let's not bury the money in the ground. Writing on the banknotes. Those who corner girls and they don't have paper to write their phone numbers and they choose to do show off and write their phone numbers on paper, we beg you. It's not acceptable. Putting banknotes under the carpets and car mats. Money bouquet. You know what money bouquet is? Yes. And social media generation, we all know, right? We are not encouraging it. Because in tying the money, in rolling the money, they glue it. They use adhesive. They use things to keep it in place, to form the bouquet. Well, pictures will come, so we'll see. So we are saying, let's avoid it. Because those glues may not come off well. And it will be covering some very important feature on the notes. And then, money spray gun. You know the money spray. I think mostly the Nigerians do it, but we are also learning it. The one they put in some plastic gun and they spray. There will be water on the floor. It will fall on the ground. Please let's avoid it. So these are pictures to clarify what we spoke about. Crumpling the money, folding it multiple times. Some of the features come in the form of a line. My brother will speak about it. When you keep folding it, you are breaking the line. When you crumple it, the ones on the surface are cracking. So machines cannot read it that it's money anymore. Writing on the paper, the inks, and those tying it on the cloth, the one we spoke about at the edge of the cloth, keeping it under the carpet in your vehicle, stapling it. I don't want to forget who brought me the money, so I write the name on the paper and staple it to the money. Please. Let's not do that. The money bouquet we spoke about, those who had no idea. Nowadays, we try to flaunt our money to impress the girls by coming for fresh news from the bank, and all we can do is to go and create a bouquet, a cake, or something. Please, and these things need adhesives. Let's avoid it. Keeping the money at our popular hiding place. Let's avoid it. Next one. Okay, so this is the money gun, right? So, yes, you see, the guy is trying to impress the girl. We get impressed. But please, today, we are the voice. We have learned something. Let's tell others. It's not the best. We don't encourage it. These things are destroying the money. And if it gets spoiled, that means we need to produce more. If it gets spoiled, that means when you take it to the bank will not accept it. So let's avoid handling money in this improper ways. Okay, so we wanted to wonder why people will want to treat money, something that will buy us healing, something that will buy us food, why we want to handle it as we do. And we realize mostly is the attitude. Poor handling of banknotes has resulted from low regard for the currency. Am I right on this? If I give you $1, where do you keep it? Special place. When I give you CD, where do you keep it? Because you think that there's more value there than your money. Please, let's give the same regards to our money. Let's handle it and maintain the value. Superstition. Some say when the money is fresh, Motia will come for it, right? Have you heard that before? Oh, so it's true. They say if it's fresh, Motia will come for it. So they tear the edges, the corner of the notes. And when you tear the corner, me and you in particular, you don't know what you are tearing. You may be tearing that thing that says that, oh yes, the money is 200 Ghana cedis. So tearing it, we don't advise it. And then ignorance, lack of knowledge, my people perish. Today we have the knowledge. Let's not be ignorant about the worth of our notes. Effects of improper cash handling. It renders, I've said a number of them, renders banknotes unfit and shortens their lifespan. So, there's a process, there's something we do. When monies are worn out, when the monies are tired, when these features I speak about are no more recognizable, they come to our end and we get rid of it. And if we want the money to be in the system for a particular period of years, and we don't handle it well, that will mean that we will have to get rid of a lot of them within a short time. And that will mean we'll have to produce more. So in order to maintain the lifespan of the money and not shorten it, we have to handle the notes well. Unfit bank notes become difficult to examine. So we'll go through the features and you see how difficult. Maybe when you go and you have your worn out notes, you see there are some that we with our naked eyes can check. But if the monies are tired, if they are scrambled, if they are dirty, if they are stained with oil, we cannot see with our eyes. That's what it means by that. Banknotes lose security features, making it difficult for authentication. High level of currency printing to replace unfit notes. Like I said, if it's destroyed, if we have to destroy it, that means we have to produce more, and that's that's expensive. High rate of unfit banknotes in circulation, which tarnishes the image of the country. Banknotes hidden in the ground could become discolored. They've given you 200. You can't even see whether it's 200 or it's 5 cedis or 50 cedis because it's been underground. So we are not advising that. The banknote is the only product that is handled by every citizen of the nation, and hence its nature determines how clean or dirty a country is. Do you agree? Let me read it again. The banknote is the only product that is handled by every citizen of the nation, and hence its nature determines how clean or dirty a country is. That is to say, if your money is dirty, you are dirty. Like we say, if I come to your house is dirty, that means you are dirty. So let's keep our notes clean and let the whole world know that we are not dirty. It can be seen as a business card of a country. That's what we carry. Okay. So, knowing we are speaking to computer babies, like my boss said, you know about hashtags. Does Odasco have a hashtag for the 65th anniversary? Oh, you don't have? Oh, you should create. We have created, yes. We have created some that you can adapt, aiming from here, and make it a slogan to remind each other that you had an information, a very educative information or notes that you want to keep with you and share with others. Some of the notes there, hashtags are clean city, respect the city, hashtag handle city with care, hashtag love your money, hashtag neat notes GH. I'll let you choose, so please follow through with me. Hashtag clean city GH, hashtag keep it crisp GH, hashtag say no to dirty money, hashtag treat money right, hashtag my city, my pride. What's your pick? Please, the ladies, pick for the men. Oh, I can't hear. one do you want to pick? Oh, someone to be bold and pick one for them. Make a decision for the whole school. Which one do you want us to pick? My city, my pride. I like that one too. So what's your name? Ruth has chosen for you. Because you're not speaking. Ruth has chosen my city, my pride. I would have picked that too. My city, my pride. Can we repeat it? Hashtag my city, my pride. Again. My city, my pride. Thank you very much. So remember to always keep the city clean. Remember to always keep the city what? Clean. Thank you for having me.
Odasco. Hello. Hello. This is going to be interactive. So can I have the head prefect with 20 prefects in front to do an exercise for me quickly? The head prefect and just 20 prefect. Please, let's be a bit quick, right? So, like it's been said from the earlier, you are the head prefect. Who is the head prefect? The two of you. Okay, so this you are 4. So I need 20 of you. In total, just 20 of you. So just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many prefects do you have? 70. 74. I only need 20. I only need 20. So you are going to be peer educators to your colleagues, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are you afraid to come? Maybe your coming will give you a So you are the head prefect. So I'm handing over this to you. There are 80 number. Give each person one denomination plate. There's 200, there's 100, there's 20, and there's 50. So each person should have 4 notes, right? So take this one. So give to them. Each one should have 4 notes. No, different denominations. So 1 of 5, 1 of 20, 1 of 200, just 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 1 more, 20, that's it. So each one of you is going to have 4 different notes. Make sure you have the 4 different notes. Okay, so if another 40 prefects can come, so that some can stand here. So we are going to know about our city, because it's something we all handle in every day of our life. Once you have a matured age, you are good to handle our notes. So the question is, what do you know about the note? How can you authenticate a good from a bad note? In as much as there is good, we know there is evil as well. People may want to do things they are not supposed to do. And you know, when we accept counterfeit, what we invariably do is that inflate our currency, right? So we are going to know about our city. So as a way of introduction, the city is not just an ordinary paper. It is made from cotton fiber, mixed with other adhesive, for it to be used as a currency. So our goal here is to make you know and understand what our city is made of. There are 3 levels to which we can know that this city is genuine. We call them the level 1, the level 2, and then the level 3. As an introduction, we will only do the level 1. Because the level 1 is the public in the bank. As a teller, we are able to show you what the level 2 features are. But as for the level 3, it is only a few people within the bank that know, including myself. I don't even know it. The level 3 is the sovereign power of our nation. Only a few selected people know it when it comes to our level 3 feature. So, our focus this afternoon is going to be on the public recognition feature. Are you all here? Am I speaking too fast? So
So how many levels do we have to authenticate our currency? So level, Oh, so you are good though. I can just hand over the mic and say that you passed. Okay, so let's go to how to authenticate our currency. There are 3 ways to authenticate this currency. They are very simple. We are all going to say together, we look, we feel, we tell. Let's go. We look, we feel, we tell. We look, we feel, we tell. This is how we authenticate our currency. So the question is, how we tell? When we say look, we all know what look is, right? Oh, but there's a way you must look at the currency to authenticate that it is genuine. Some live properties, there's one, which I would say it is a 60 degree to the eye. So when we say look, those who have your note, if you can pull it out and follow through. If you have any note, just bring it out. Let's do this together, so that this knowledge, how would you feel if your grandmother in the village has only 200 cities and that 200 cities is counted? So when we say look 1, it is 60 degrees to the eye. This is look 1. So let's go to look 1. Okay, this is all what we are going to do. We'll do the look, we'll do the feel, and we'll do the tell. So when I say look 1, this is look 1. So what I'm going to do from here, I'm only going to mention the look, and you are going to tell me the features you see. When I say look 1, this is look 1. When I say look 2, this is look 2. We raise it against light at 120 degrees. So this is look 2. When I say 90, this is 90. So when I go this way, it's 120 degrees. So this is look 2, right? Good. Now when we all know how to feel things. Let's use our hand to rub on the banknote. Do we feel something? What do we feel? Is it smooth or is rough? Let me see by hand those who say it's smooth. Let me see by hand those who say it's smooth. Okay, let me see by hand those who think it's rough. Classify the numbers here. Who think? Okay, let me see roughness. But indeed, the banknote is not really rough. You know, like my sister said earlier, there is printing on this banknote. There are 3 tableau printing. The tableau printing just means that the ink is on the banknote is what makes it feel that it is rough. It is the raised ink, and this is the English word. Are we all clear? So anytime you feel the banknote, you should be able to feel this sense of what? Tactility on the banknote. Any banknote that is smooth is not genuine. It has been photocopied. But once you photocopy it, it is on the paper that has just been reproduced. It is not the ink that has been embossed on it. So you feel the smoothness of it, and that is a counterfeit. So today, if you go out any banknote, and then you know that this banknote is genuine or is what? Can you? Okay, so how do we tell? We all know what tells is, right? Thank God for education. So when we are telling, this is how we tell. So you see, authenticating the banknote is not that difficult, right? Good. So now, let's go to look 1. What are we seeing? Let's go to look 1. Let's take it here. Let's go to look 1. This is look 1. Do we see something? Tell me what you see. Who else? We haven't seen the Bashi. Okay, so let me just say this. So you know the banknote has a front and a reverse. Where the basics are is the front side of the banknote. And what do we see? Okay, let's bring it to look 2. Can we all see it now? What do we see? And then what else? The what? I'm not talking, but if you don't talk, you don't leave. Me, I will talk. What do we see? So what they say, I'll try to tell you the truth, right? And what else do you see? What else? Oh, that's right. This feature is called because it's made when the cotton fiber is being made. So when you turn to the back side of the banknote, tell me what you see when you turn to the back side. Let's go there. Are you sure? Tell me that if you cannot see it, I'll come and help you. Who is not seeing it? Just raise your hand. I'll come and help you. You cannot see that. You can see the same thing saw in the front and at the back. For the counterfeiters, maybe when they do photocopy, they are not. So now you can go out there and authenticate and look for us. Are we good? Good, let's learn for ourselves. So this is what we are looking at. The next one is the security threat. So for now, let's do with the 100 and the 200 threat, right? Because they are different from the other one. This one is to come with it, right? So when we say the security threat, our banknote is leading with 3 security threats. We are going to look at all 3. Let's look at the first one, which we call the motion surface threat. Let's skip this one, okay. So, as you can see from the pictures displayed, the dynamic, how does it look like? What do we call that thing? No, the dynamic, what is in the dynamic? That sign, what is it? Have you heard of 3D? Eh? Do you know what 3D is? You know what 3D is? 3-dimensional figure, right? 3-dimensional image. Doesn't it look like it? Like I said, it will zoom and I'm going to say. So that is what we are looking at. So what is the 100? What is its name? What is the name of the 100? This 100 means I'll take the money from you. So be careful before you come here. Who knows that the class symbol is 100? Teachers are not passed. Or teachers, we should allow teachers to. So that you see your teachers. So what is the name? Please. You don't know. You can't factor it. So now, look one. Let's tell them. What? The space sock looks like it is glowing. And then with the 100, what is happening? The bed is looking like, when you look at the sword, there's a form of light glowing around the star. Have we all seen that? So anytime you take the banknote thread. So let's go to the one. So let me show that. So good. So we all see where it is located on the banknote. So let's go to the one. What do we see? No, the line there. Is it continuous or broken? Let's go to it. What do we see? Is it still broken? It is now what? It is now continuous. Let's come back to the one and let's tell. What do we see? A star, which is mirror. That's the corner. It's going, it's coming, right? Good. So you can now see things you didn't know about your bank group, right? So now you have knowledge. So can I end to continue? And to continue. Are you enjoying it? Are you sure? So now for Bank of Ghana. So this is what we call the rapid thread. So anytime you see any denomination other than 200 and 100, this is your sure way of what? Authenticating. So let's go to the next one. So the other one I want to talk about is the embedded magnetic thread. It's called the embedded magnetic thread. This is both a machine readable and it is also a public recognition feature. So when we go to YouTube, you see a black line running through the banknote. It's only visible at Bluetooth. It's with all our innovations. When you go to YouTube, you see the line running through it, right, from top to bottom. That is the embedded thread, right? Have we all seen it? The blind recognition feature. Because I said something earlier, that the banknote is printed with what? A raised end. So we call it what? What's the name I use? No, what's the name I use? Tactile, let's talk ourselves. And so God is so wonderful that if you are blind in your eyes, what do they use to read the blind? Who can tell me? Their fingers. Recognition feature. And this was done in consultation with the Ghana Blind Association to come out with this feature. So anytime they fill the two circles, it's on the front side, the right side, the top right corner of the front side of the banknote. So So anytime they fill it, they know that. Okay, so let's go to the last feature. We call it the optically variable magnetic. Your banknote, you see the line going up and down. So you are disqualified. So who can tell me the name? You know 100 cities. You know 100 cities. Okay, this one, make a guess. Make a guess, yeah? Eh? What? Aku komentar ini. So, let's clap for her. Let's clap for her. Okay, say it to the hearing of everyone. Let's let this student.
It's journeyman.
Let's clap for her. Journeyman, it means the horn of a ram, which signifies strength, right? Let's clap for her once again. So I owe you 100 cents.
Oh.
Don't worry. So let's go. So with the 200 is the dynamite, with the 100 is the journeyman, with the 50 is the cocoa ball, with the 20 is what? The star. And then with the 10 is from where we got our city name from. City and Cowrie. So this is how unique our banknote is. Let's go on. So now, let's talk about our coin. It's one thing we don't want to talk about, but today we'll talk about it. The coin also has security features. So when you look at the 2 CD coin and the 1 CD coin, how does the edges look like? The 1 CD looks rough, and the 2 CDs look serrated. When we say serrated, it means it's zigzag, precision. So you realize that a portion of it is the same to that other portion. These are all security features because the cost to do that will deter the counterfeiter from going to invest in that. So next time you take your 2 CD or 1 CD coin, the first thing you check is the edges, if they are rough or if they are serrated. If they try, they cannot do that. And then that is not the end. Let's go on. So when you take the 2 CDs, on the front, there is a star and a 2. So I said we authenticate our money in what? 3 ways. We do what? Good. So it applies to all our notes. So when you try to tilt it, you see the star and the 2 CDs coming out. It is both at the front and it is at the back. But for the 1 CD, it is at the front. That when you tilt it, you see the one with 2 stars by it. So now you know all your Ghana CDs. I can go back and write a report that when we came to Odasco, they are well endowed with knowing everything the Ghana CD should have and to know. And so for this area, we don't expect any counterfeit to pass through it. Can I go with that report? Are you sure? It is your word? Oh, okay. Let's go on. So, in conclusion, like I said earlier, currency is one thing we all handle through our growing stages, through whatever we do. When you are coming to school, even if your parents do not have, they will give you something called money. It is something we all handle. So let's use it and keep it safe. Like my sister said, let's handle it with care. All these security features are key. Like she said, a counting of it, it breaks the vanishing. You see, today we can hold this money this way. Ask yourself, if this money comes to you, can it return this way or it will come with good? You see, when you break the vanishing, this is what you do to it. The vanishing is the layer that protects this security feature. I told you most of them are what? Prints. And so when you get in touch with water, it spoils this print, and then when your currency security features are low, it compromises the integrity of your currency. And for us as a department, 3 things matter to us: the confidence in the currency, its integrity, and its trust. That if these 3 things are not met, our currency will not be useful. You go to other countries, and then when they give you their currency, you wonder if this is a currency or it's a brown paper. So let's keep our city clean. So like she said, we also have hashtag for keeping our city clean. So this one, let's say it together. I hope you can all see the screen. So what's the first one? Spot the real city. Hashtag. 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 So which one do you want to take? The next time I come, that will be my slogan for you. Which one do you want to buy? Verify before you buy. Which one again? Know your city. Which one again? All the ones you are saying, I'm giving it to you. Okay. For me, my favorite is city checkmate. I am a checkmate to the city. So anytime I see the city, I'm checking if it is genuine or not. Thank you. And I'm done. Can you vote for me? Thank you. So those who have the pamphlet, it doesn't have a serial number. If you are caught, you'll be arrested. If you are caught, you'll be arrested. They stole one of them. It will be on the file. Tomorrow you come for an interview. Which school did you go to? 10 years ago. You stole. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Mr. Akume and Madam Seldom a round of applause. You can do it better. Okay, before we continue, the lady who answered the question on the, please can you come forward? What's your name?
Averida Bensua. Sujanai.
All right. Thanks so much for answering the question. It looks okay, so we are wrapping up. We are done with the data now. With the small money that comes into our pocket, regulatory institutions in Ghana. So we can identify some institutions that have been licensed by the Bank of Ghana. You have them. So you can, even if you've not taken anything out of the 3 presentations, this is what you can take home. All right, so we are wrapping up. We can't come here and then so we are here for you. Whatever questions that you have, ask, and then we will answer them for you. Thank you. So now it's time for questions and answers. So if you have any question, please come forward and ask your question. Oh, you can, okay.
Thank you very much for the presentation. In fact, with how to handle money, when it comes to our churches, we have a problem, and I think we are all victims, especially when it comes to offering. So I would want you to show us when we are going to give our offering, how should we handle the money in giving offering, so that people will also not see that we are showing off. If I'm going with 200 cities, how should I handle it? That is the first one. Please, when director did presentation, he spoke about personal savings and investment. We are not having it for only the students, but we have our whole students, and we have our teaching staff, both the teaching and the teaching staff. Those of us who are working, what some of us normally do is that every month we try to put or set aside some money, then we give it to one person, maybe a group of 5 or a group of 10 or whatever. But my little challenge is that when we put aside that money, and at the end of it all, I get quite a huge amount of money, spending it becomes a problem. Becomes a problem in such a way that when I get that money, before I realize I cannot pinpoint the actual thing I use the money for. And that is also a problem too, especially when it comes to the teachers. And I want you to advise us, what must we do when we get that money, which is sometimes even bigger than our salary? What must we do at that moment? What should we do? Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are grateful that we have this information. And when Brother was talking about that, he has come to Odasco and I just said that because he has come to the School of Knowledge and Intelligence, that's why we are able to answer and do all that. With all due respect, I have a question that to me is the worry. The Bank of Ghana, we know that you control all the banks. And in one of the submissions, you gave us the red checks and the red flags. What really went wrong? That in this country, we had this first capital, men's gold and all this, and taking away such huge sums of money from citizens and after now has not been recaptured because you are the controlling body of all our banks. What really went wrong? That you do not see the red flags and then allow these banks to take those monies from citizens. That is the greatest question I want to.
Thank you. I think with security features on it. So in order not to distort the security features on the currency, you hold it with care. You are not to fold it or crumble it. So I believe, and I think the presenter also mentioned it, envelope doesn't cost that much. Put it in an envelope and drop it in an offering bowl. Because otherwise I'll say, oh, you can just hold it nicely, but you don't want somebody to probably see your offering. Put it in an envelope and drop it in the offering bowl and preserve the currency. The second one had to do with when you get a lump sum, unanticipated income is given to you, what do you do with it? I think from the presentation, our advice is for you to save it or invest it. But please, when it comes to how you use your money, the responsibility lies first and foremost with you. It's your decision. You decide as to what you will use the money for. There are sometimes you plan to maybe invest in buying the land. Now that you've gotten the lump sum and you think you can use it for it. But you control the decision. If for want of investment opportunities, that becomes a different question. Then you either put it in savings, you put it in treasury bills, you put it in T-bills,